Hey guys, what's up? Um, what's up? perrydew07 here, and welcome to my newest episode of This Week in perrydew07 Sports Film. I got a, I got a complete rundown of the college football playoff, which starts Friday actually, and of course Week 15 of the NFL is now in the books, and I'll be previewing Week 16 in this video as well. So, and without further ado, let's get to it. I'm going to start off with the complete rundown of the college football playoff. So, as you know, Indiana got the first seed along with Ohio State with 2, Georgia with 3, Texas Tech at number 4. But I'm going to run down the first round matchup, though. It starts Friday night with Alabama taking on Oklahoma. Yep. And then the rest of the Saturday matchup is going to be Oregon versus James Madison. Um, Ole Miss versus Tulane, and of course Texas A&M versus Miami. So some very interesting matchups. So we're gonna see what happens, how those games turn out. And with all that said, now on to NFL Week 15, which are now in the books. Let's start with the Thursday matchup. We got the Falcons upsetting the Buccaneers in Tampa, by the way, 29-28. Then we had the Texans beat the. Start with the Sunday games. Texans beat the Cardinals 40-20. We had the Jaguars blowing out the Jets 48-20, while the Eagles shutting out the Raiders 31-0. We had Commanders beat the Giants 29-21. The game of the day though was Bills Patriots as expected, and of course Bills beat the Patriots 35-31. Of course, Chargers beat the Chiefs 16-13, which means the Chiefs are now officially eliminated from playoff contention. So, even though, of course, Mahomes got a torn ACL in this game. So yeah, that pretty much further solidified their season. So, hoping for full recovery though. So, anyway, Ravens beat the Bengals in a shutout. Well, in Cincinnati, by the way, 24-0. That also eliminated the Bengals from playoff contention as well. Now on to Bears Browns, and the Bears blowing out the Browns, 31-3. Then we're on to the 4 o'clock or later games. Seahawks barely beating Rivers. Seahawks barely beat the Colts in Phil Rivers' return to the NFL, after a 5-year retirement, 18-16, thanks to all 6 of their Seahawks field goals. Anyway, of course, 49ers. Well, actually, 49ers beat the Titans, 37-24. We have the Saints barely squeaking by their division rival Panthers, who needed to win that game. Of course, they did not get it. Saints beat the Panthers 20-17. Of course, Rams beat the Lions 41-34. Then the Broncos beat the Packers 34-26. And of course, another big injury, Michael Parsons. He's out for the rest of the year as well for Green Bay. So now Green Bay, I think they're going to look a little worse. I think they're going to look a little worse defensively. So, anyway. And then on to the Sunday night game. We had the Vikings beat the Cowboys 34-26. And then the Monday night game, we had Steelers beat the Dolphins 20-15 at that. Now, I kind of knew the Dolphins are going to be eliminated from the playoffs, but last night pretty much solidifies it, pretty much further signified it, and now it's official. So now on to Week 16. I presume that's where the Saturday. I think we're going to see a couple Saturday games. Looks like it is. Yep. We're going to start with the Thursday, though. We'll start with the Thursday game. Seahawks play the Rams in Seattle. And then on to the Saturday games, we had the Philadelphia Eagles travel to the nation's capital, D.C., to take on the Commanders/Redskins. And then the Packers travel to Chicago, take on their arch division rival Bears, that's a Saturday night game. Now to the Sunday matchups. We have Tampa Bay travel to in a big NFC South showdown. Whoever wins that game will lead the division. Yep, as the Buccaneers travel to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Then we have the Vikings travel to New York, well, East Rutherford, to take on the Giants. While the other New York team, the Jets, travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. We have the Bengals travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins. We have the Patrick Mahomes-less Chiefs travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. I think Gardner Minshew is going to be the starter for the Chiefs going forward for the rest of the season, I assume. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And we have the Chargers travel to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Dallas, in my opinion, they're going to need to win out and hope Eagles lose out. And that's the only way to win the division, because Dallas, they're eliminated from wild card contention. So anyway, now we have the Bills travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Then we have the Atlanta Falcons. They're mathematically still in it because they're 2 games back behind Panthers and Bucks. It's 3 games ago, and they're 2 games back. So mathematically, they're still in it, but I would probably assume they're probably going to get eliminated. I think if not this week, definitely next week. So anyways, Falcons travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. They have the Jaguars take on the Broncos in Denver. Then we have the Raiders take on the Texans in Houston. Steelers travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. We have Patriots on a Sunday night game. Patriots travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. And then the Monday night game, we have the 49ers travel to Indy to take on the Colts. Phil Rivers' first home game back since coming out of his 5-year retirement. So some interesting matchups going on. So with that being said, and there's one more thing. The NBA, they had a whole NBA in-season tournament thing tonight. Spurs and Knicks, which, we'll see. We'll see about that. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Adios, peace, God bless, and have a great rest of your week, everyone.